on whether this church called Johanne Masowe, is this a church or it is a cult? Taking into consideration of what they are doing. Of course, other churches welcome political leaders to come and campaign in their churches, because a church is like a society. It comprises of different actually members with different political affiliations. But during the reign of Emerson Tambo, I think we have seen an acute capture of this church, whereby entirely everybody in that church is forced to be ZANU PF, and also what they do, they even raise banners of ZANU PF, in that particular church, and openly campaign for a faction in ZANU PF, to be precisely a faction of Emerson Tambo. But I'm asking myself, is that a church or it is a ZANU PF cult meant to actually, ZANU PF, there is a lot that is demonic about it. It is actually a political institution that is, employing a lot of strange tactics in the name of controlling power. I think last night I reported that Wicknell Chivayo donated about 10 buses to this church. Just hear even the language that is spoken by one of the leaders of this church. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, Lihlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Let's just hear him talking. I hope.
Inobudira sei iri kuti iwe neni tine basa ingawa nharaunda ipi hapana nharaunda inofana kusara.
The commitment was made.
Okay, so you can hear this is a church leader making such a comment. Speaking about ZANU PF, speaking the language, the slogan that is actually spoken in ZANU PF. And mind you, I saw today Wicknell Chivayo is giving these leaders also very expensive cars worth of, hundreds of thousands United States dollars. And also, there is something strange. I think I talked about it yesterday. If you look at what Wicknell Chivayo is doing with that particular church, almost on a monthly basis, there are women who are transported to Dubai with the plane of Wicknell Chivayo. Sometimes use a private plane, and I was actually pondering around this on whether these are not malls of Wicknell Chivayo who are actually trafficking gold in Zimbabwe, taking into consideration of the report that has been made by the United States regarding the ZANU PF, especially on issues of human rights, and it was accused also of human trafficking. It's a very, very serious international crime, especially to be done by a government. So I've seen Wicknell Chivayo transporting these women, putting on their uniform to actually Dubai. It will be easier actually for these women to smuggle gold, because no one will expect that church people may be carrying gold with them, or maybe with gold, because they go there carrying their suitcases, putting on a uniform, and they make sure that they look very, very nice, wear their regalia, all of it. I've seen them being paraded numerous times. And do you think that it is just a trip which Wicknell Chivayo, and why is he awarding the leaders of this cult so much? Actually, he's almost within this year, I can count quite a number of leaders of this particular church who have been given not just cars, very expensive expensive cars. I remember one of the leaders was given about half a car worth $500,000 United States dollars. Now that is a lot. It can build how many schools in Zimbabwe, that particular money, especially if it is channeled towards development. Do we have a successful business person in Zimbabwe who can actually make such large sums of donation? Look, count how many cars has Wicknell Chivayo given just this year, including also the cash at some churches giving over 1 million United States dollars. Some, the lowest figure being about 50,000, not churches only. Even these artists and very, very influential people have been given these particular cars. Of course, there are very few individuals who have actually denied these gifts, such as the leader of Zayocha. That was a big thumbs up. A lot of people will continue to respect such kind of leaders. I understand also Thomas Mafumo rejected the offers from Wicknell Chivayo. I think that is being principled, to actually reject being bribed, being given money to sell out or to actually partake in corruption, because this is definitely the money that is not actually accumulated properly. This is the money that is accumulated from the resources of Zimbabwe in a dodgy way, and a normal person cannot actually accept this and say this is just a gift, I have to use it. Somehow you'll be lacking principles on your part. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button or subscribe plus button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. Okanqube Omhlabane is signing off. Let me laugh.